Hello and welcome. My name's Richard, and you're listening to
Hurry! The movie is starting podcast.
Hello, Hello, Hello. Today I am joined with a guest host, and that guest host is Honesty.
Hi.
Hello, hello, hello. If you haven't listened to the episode 5 stars with Honesty, go ahead and give that episode a listen to. We talked about her favorite 5 star movie, which I'm not going to tell you what that is because that would just give that whole point of. I mean, you can probably see it if you just go look at the episode. You'll see it in the title, but you have to actually go do that. I'm not going to tell you what it is. And today I am blessed to be joined with Honesty because we're going to be talking about the movie Bugonia, which is rated R. It's a weird sounding name. I don't know what it means, but that's the name of the movie. It runs at 1 hour and 58 minutes. And the genre for this movie, you ready for this? Dark comedy, satire, comedy, alien invasion. What? What? So this is directed by Yorgos Lanthimos. Have you seen any of his movies? If you do you recall
N-
any?
No, I don't think I've ever even heard of him before.
So he's his top three, I think, most popular movies are Kinds of Kindness, Poor Things, and The Lobster. But he's a very interesting artistic kind of director. And Poor Things was a very interesting movie. I know it had some conspiracy or controversy. It had some controversy over the subject matter, as that movie was starring Emma Stone. So it's good to see him connecting, like continuing that bond with Emma Stone, as this movie is starring Emma Stone as well. But if you're wondering what the plot of this movie is, well, let me tell you. Two conspiracy-obsessed young men kidnap this high-powered CEO of a major company, convinced that she is an alien intent on destroying planet Earth. So, my question for you, Honesty, do you think this is going to be an alien movie, or you think it's just going to be about paranoia?
I think it's gonna be more about paranoia, but because they because in the trailer when it was talking about aliens and stuff like that, I feel like you're not gonna really know until you watch like the full movie what it's gonna be about.
Right. And it's very I think that's grabbing my intrigue too, is I'm trying to figure out, okay, is she really an alien and they see something that we don't see, or are these two people just crackpot and cray cray a little bit? So that's going to be an interesting, I guess, resolution to find out what this movie goes towards. But have you seen the trailer yet for this movie?
I have. It was interesting.
Yes. Yeah, and it's bald Emma Stone like all over the place. And it was so that's like one of the first things I remembered in this trailer. Number two was the song because the song is just incredible. I had to go like Google what it was just to be able to listen to it again. And it's a bop. I'm not gonna lie, it's a bop. So I'll talk more about that later, but I agree. It's a very interesting looking trailer. And it feels like I don't think it is. It might be an A24 film, but it feels like an A24 film.
That's what I said. I was like talking to Jonathan about it. I was like given A24 vibes, which makes me a little apprehensive, but it also looks really good and it has Emma Stone in it. So it's like, hmm,
Yeah, Emma Stone. Oh, it is distributed by A24, so it is an A24 film. Okay, cool. Which actually it makes a little bit more sense now I'm thinking about it because The Lobster was another Yorgos movie and that was A24 film. Which, if you haven't seen that movie, that's definitely an interesting watch. When I say this director is very interesting and very creative in his outlet, that movie is about you go into this retreat, and if you don't find love within 7 days, you get turned into the animal of your choosing. And Colin Farrell, the main character of that movie, chooses a lobster. And there's some sentimental reason to choosing a lobster. I forgot what it was, but a very interesting rom-com slash drama slash, oh hey, you might get killed by turning into a lobster. So if you haven't seen that movie, I'd recommend it as one of those weird watches. But all right, so we know the director, we know the plot. Do we know any fun facts? Yes, I got a couple fun facts here for you. Okay, so first fun fact, Yorgos Lanthimos asked composer Jerskin Fendricks to create the scores for Poor Things 2023 and Kinds of Kindness in 2024 by reading the scripts without seeing any footage of the films. For Bugonia 2025, Lanthimos did not provide the script, giving Fendricks only four key words to work with: bees, basement, spaceship, Emily Bald. What do you think about that?
He gave him four what?
He gave him four words to work with instead of telling him what the songs were going to be used for in the movie. He just gave him four words, and it was bees, basement, spaceship, Emily Bald.
Oh, I mean that's pretty much what was in like about the trailer, like
No, for reals,
what
because
stuck
yeah,
out with me about the trailer for I don't know.
yeah, and it's wild that it's so simple, but they're farming bees. She gets trapped and put into a basement. They accuse her of being an alien, which spaceship, and then her hair's cut off, so she's bald. So that's a very interesting fun fact.
Hmm.
But the next fun fact, Begonia 2025 is an adaptation inspired by the 2003 South Korean film Save the Green Planet. The 2003 South Korean film Save the Green Planet. Initially, the original director, Jang Joon-hwan, was set to helm the project working with America's screenwriter Will Tracy on the screenplay, but due to health-related delays that prevented Jang Joon-hwan's continuation involvement, CJ Entertainment, drawn to Yorgos Lanthimos' distinctive directorial vision, appointed him to lead this project forward instead. So it's interesting. My concept of why anime and Korean films are so good is because their story writing or just their writing in general is so original, fresh, and usually it's filled with heart. And unfortunately, this day and age, I feel like a lot of our stuff isn't that deep or meaningful. So that's what draws me to anime is the story writing. And in this instance, we have a Korean film that is being adapted into this movie, Begonia. So does that worry you or does that excite you?
Kind of excites me because I feel like a lot of the A24 movies, to my understanding so far, have been kind of like, okay, that movie happened, which is why I'm so
Right.
apprehensive about it. But when I go and see this, like I'll have more of an open mind because there's more like depth to it, more
Mhm.
like different meanings to what you're seeing. So that'll be cool. Like I know that A24 does have that aspect, but to have it mirrored after anime is kind of cool.
Yeah, and well, I'm not sure. Okay, unfortunately it was an anime. It was a South Korean film, but even so, it would be. I feel like A24 could pull it off. They are known for these artistic style movies, and Yorgos is one of the most artistic style directors. He's one of those directors that if you recommend one of his movies to your parents, they're probably going to be like, "Are you smoking weed?" Because his subject matter and his execution is very weird. But I like that. I like the oddities and the mundane, so to speak. But this next fun fact, after successfully employing VistaVision for the remaining reanimation sequence in Poor Things in 2023, director Yorgos Lanthimos decided to use this technology for the majority of scenes in this film. This is the third film of the 21st century shot mostly in VistaVision after The Brutalist in 2024 and One Battle After Another in 2025.
Oh,
That is interesting to know, and I am not gonna lie, I don't know what a lot of that stuff means, but it's cool. It's cool.
One
And
Battle After Another is a really good movie. I just watched it this
is
weekend,
it
last weekend.
that was the one with Leonardo DiCaprio, right?
Yeah. And the woman. So if you've ever seen a Medea movie like with the family, the movie Union or something like that.
Oh, Family
Um,
Business.
no, they crap. I don't know what the movie is called. I'll have to look it up, but it has Bow Wow in it, and
Oh, was it
the
Johnson's
mom
Family Reunion?
something like that. The mom dies of cancer, and then she's trying to like the whole time she is about to pass away, she's trying to get her family together. But anyway, the woman who says like "Bye, Rand," she grew up, like obviously it's years later, but that woman is in one battle after another as well.
Oh,
Yeah, and that's the main reason I watched it, but she wasn't in it as much as I wanted her to be.
was it more so focused on Leonardo?
Um, yeah, I think so. I feel like it was, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. They probably paid the most for him, so they got to get like. But it's still, I didn't see. I only saw the trailer and I saw the movie poster of like the pregnant woman holding the automatic rifle. So I was just like, this movie looks interesting. But I think I ended up watching Good Boy instead, which that was a solid movie too. But well, okay, what would you rate one battle after another?
Ooh, probably a 8. I feel like, or I guess if we're doing it by 5 stars, I probably do like a 3.5.
Okay.
Um, it would, I mean, it was all right. There were some things where I didn't really know, but to be fair, I was also 10 minutes late to the movie. So there were
Oh,
also some things I just didn't know because I wasn't there. Um, but it was bad.
okay. Eight's not too shabby, not too shabby. All right, that's gonna round out the fun facts. Next section is gonna be the over under, but unfortunately there is no Kashi over under for this movie. I don't know. I don't understand why, because this seems like a very like it's gonna be a highly critic rated movie because Yorgos Lanthimos, his last movie, Poor Things, which also featured Emma Stone as the leading role in that movie came out as a 92% overall Rotten Tomatoes. So that was really good. And critics, for them to like a movie that highly, that says a lot. So based on that, it currently sits right now on Rotten Tomatoes as a 90% overall, but that's only 127 reviews. And mind you, these are all critics reviews, so it's all professionally done. It's not just random people going on there and voting for what they think this movie. That's going to be the audience score. But what if you had to guess where this movie would end up, Rotten Tomatoes wise, after the Sunday after its release, which is going to be this upcoming Sunday, what would you predict its score to be?
Out of 100.
Out of, yeah, right now it currently sits at 90% Rotten Tomatoes on Rotten Tomatoes.
I feel like 65.
You think it's going to go down to a 65?
I mean, most A24 movies usually go down by quite a bit. Like Hereditary was not as high of a rating as it should have been.
Yeah, that would, oh man, I watched that movie again. That's such a creepy movie.
Yeah, I mean, I only watched it one time. I didn't really like it, but I did admire what the producer was trying to do with the movie.
Yeah, Ari Aster, that dude. Another his his horror movies are definitely more folky and he can he can draw you in weird ways, but I really like his direction as well. All right, so you're gonna say about 65?
Hmm.
All right, I think so again, last movie did 92%, which was Poor Things. I think that this movie is gonna be 93, 90. I'm seeing like 94, 93, 94, but I'll play it safe. I'll go 94. I'll go 94 because just this cast of Emma Stone and Jesse Clemens. Jesse Clemens is a very interesting bad guy because he's been a bad guy in other movies. He's been a bad guy in have you ever seen Breaking Bad?
No.
No. Oh man, dude, he's borderline psychotic in that movie, in that TV show, because when he kills someone, it's so like emotionless. And I feel like when you have a character like that, nobody can reason with him, and it makes him even more terrifying. But he was also a villain in one of the Black Mirror episodes where that was just an interesting episode. So I'm interested to see where this one goes. I think it's going to be heavily liked by the critics because the critics seem to love Yorgos stuff. But at the same time, The Lobster currently sits at 71, so 65 could be around the floor where that movie ends up, especially if it doesn't really resonate with the audience with the way the artist is interpreting it to be. But coming up to the final thoughts of this movie. If you're wondering, if you've just seen that trailer of this movie and you're like, man, what is that song? It is called Good Luck Babe by Chapel Roan. And you're welcome for that because it is a banger. And the one thing I remember from this commercial is bees, spaceship. I'm just kidding. The one thing I do remember from this commercial is the amazing song and then seeing Emma Stone bald and dusted in white dust all over the place. What do you remember like thinking after this trailer was over?
It was disturbing. Like seeing because she had some white substance on her, and I was like,
Yeah.
what is that? And why is she bald? Like that I think definitely grabbed my attention. But the song did stick in my head and it actually gave me like Alba vibes, even though I've heard this song before. But
Mhm.
yeah, I agree. Like it definitely was stuck in my head and I couldn't figure out what the song was, even though I know the song, because it didn't seem like it would be in this movie. So I'm very glad that you figured out what the song was.
Yeah, I am too, because if it's not that, it's freaking Golden from K-pop Demon Bounty Hunters that's stuck in my head. Because
Yeah.
that song is so catchy, and I'm like, it's beautiful. I got sucked into watching K-pop Demon Bounty Hunters, and I'm not ashamed to say that that was a banger of a movie.
Oh,
Again, just a movie that didn't come from here, that was created in Korea. I'm pretty sure it was created in Korea. Korea was released out to us, and we love it because it's just full of heart. It's a story that is similar to ones we've seen before, but it's not completely the same, and then you add on this amazing singing element to it. It makes it an amazing movie. If you haven't seen that movie, I highly recommend it. We're not here to talk about that, but just I watched it yesterday and I was really it always amazes me when a animated film can give off those vibes of like, wow, this is one of the greatest movies ever. And it's perhaps I'm just fresh off of it, but that's what I thought of that movie, that it was such a revolution. But anyways, the final thoughts on this movie. So I wanted to look up Yorgos Lanthimos' style because he has a very distinct style in his directing and cinematography and his framing and everything. But his style is characterized by a blend of surrealism, dark humor, and unsettling atmospheres created through specific visual and performance techniques. So he puts you in those very uncomfortable situations, in very dark humor situations that are just very weird, and he frames it in an interesting way. But I think it is just that. It's interesting. It draws us in. It makes me want to get to know more about it. So I'm definitely going to be checking this one out. Is this one of those movies that you're going to be watching in theaters, honestly, or are you going to probably wait till it comes out for streaming?
um, if I didn't have that AMC subs pass, probably not. I'd probably wait for it to come out at home.
Hmm.
But since I do, yeah, I'm definitely gonna check it out, mainly because of the Emma Stone.
Yeah. And if you haven't seen Poor Things, I'd recommend it. It is, like I said before, it is controversial. And I don't want to give it away because it's very like once it happens, you'll probably be like, wait, what? And from there, you can either still like enjoy it for what it is, or you can be like, okay, this isn't right, and it kind of makes you feel uncomfortable with the rest of the movie. So I would be interested to hearing your perspective on that movie if you ever check it out. But that is going to be the end of this episode. I think this is going to be a solid movie. I am a fan of Yorgos. I know his style is very unique, very surreal, very artistic, and I'm here for that. I'm here for when directors want to go out of the norm to create something beautiful in their eyes, and perhaps in our eyes as well. So I also wish I had AMC stubs because that deal sounds so amazing. And there's Regal too. Regal, but the Regal here is downtown and it's the whole parking issue. Um, but the Regal here, I think it's $30 a month, but you can go as many times as you want. So you can go like
Oh,
movie hop for free. And I was very interested in doing that, but I would also have stubs if it was any closer. It's about 25-minute drive, whereas Cinemark is about like a 10-minute drive. So I just wish AMC was a little closer because I would have that too.
it's honestly a really good deal. Like you get to see four movies, and then like movies like this where you're kind of like iffy. At least you didn't spend, like, and I'm sure this movie is gonna be great. I'm not saying that, but like, if for some reason you don't like a movie, at least you didn't spend $20 to go see a movie. It's only like $20 a month, and you can go see whatever movies you want.
Right. Yeah, and I think that is a good point to why they're very successful because yes, it is $25 And some people may be like, "Oh, that's insane." But literally the price of a ticket nowadays is anywhere from 12 to 15. So two tickets right there and you make your money's back and you're getting what you said, three tickets a week?
I think they upgraded it to four now.
Oh, see, four tickets a week. That's seems like such a great deal. And are you a big popcorn person?
Yes, but it's so expensive. So
Yeah.
I only get the free birthday popcorn with the drink.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I see. They get me. That's where they get my money. I always have to, especially if I know like this movie I think is going to be good, so I'm going to go justify buying a popcorn and soda because of that reason. But yeah, they always get money out of me for popcorn and soda, unfortunately. But I have learned it is okay to go watch a movie and not have to spend money on popcorn and soda.
I usually sneak snacks in. I'm one of those people. I'm terrible, I know. But half the time we actually do end up getting snacks from the place. It's just like I'd rather spend $5 to sneak in a bag of M&Ms or whatever it is,
Right. Yeah,
which makes
because
me a terrible person, I know, but I also don't care.
well, I mean, there's both sides to like every situation. I've recently found out that in the location out here, because it's Florida and because it's hot so much of the time, that they allow us to bring in our water bottles, like our Owalas or just our canteens of water. And I
Oh
thought that was
wow,
pretty cool. Yeah, because I'm like,
nice.
not it's gonna be hot, like you're gonna be sweating by the time you get inside of here. You don't want to drink soda. Sometimes you just want to hydrate. So. I thought that was cool. I don't utilize it as much as I should because I, again, love to justify the reason for why I need soda, but it's always cool to see.
Yeah.
But all right, that's going to be the end of the pregame for Bugonia rated R coming out this October 30th is Thursday before Halloween. So be safe out there if y'all are going out Halloween trick-or-treating. Uh, just be safe out there. Hope everyone has a great rest of your week and have an amazing day. Thank you for listening. Thank you for dropping by. God bless. And don't forget, hurry, the movie is starting.